Hi everyone, this video will be on the third FRQ of the 2022 Calc AB exam. Make sure to subscribe to know when I release the next videos. Let's see what this problem is about. Let f be a differentiable function with f of 4 equals 3. On the interval 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 7, the graph of f prime, the derivative of f, consists of a semicircle and two line segments, as shown in the figure above. This looks like a simple FTC problem that will use the graph that we are given. We just need to make sure to remember our definitions and formulas correctly. Part A tells us to find f of 0 and f of 5. We are given the graph of f prime, so don't mistake it for the graph of f. How I do this type of problem is creating an integral that involves what we need to find and the given. This means an integral from 0 to 4 of f prime. Using FTC, this equals to f of 4 minus f of 0. We can find the integral from 0 to 4 by getting the area from the graph. A half circle's area is 1/2 pi r squared. We plug in the radius of 2 and also make a negative because it's below the x-axis. This means that the area is negative 2 pi. We can also get f of 4 from the question, which tells us that it's equal to 3. We substitute these values and then isolate f of 0 and we get the answer 3 plus 2 pi. We do the same process to find f of 5. The integral from 4 to 5 is a triangle. 1/2 times the base of 1 times the height of 1 just equals to 1/2. We isolate f of 5 and get the answer 3.5. For part B, we have to find the x-coordinates of all points of inflection of the graph of f for 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 7. Justify your answer. Points of inflection occur when the concavity changes. This is the same as when f prime changes from increasing to decreasing or vice versa. By looking at the graph, we can tell that this happens at 2 points, x equals 2 and x equals 6. As justification, we can write a statement saying f has points of inflection at x equals 2 and x equals 6 because f prime changes from decreasing to increasing at x equals 2 and changes from increasing to decreasing at x equals 6. This is a bit lengthy, but I personally try to be safe on the AP exams and make sure I get all the possible points. Part C. Let g be the function defined by g of x equals f of x minus x. On what intervals, if any, is g decreasing for 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 7? Show the analysis that leads to your answer. To find if g is decreasing, we take g prime and find when it is negative. G prime equals to f prime minus 1. We want this value to be less than 0. We can simplify it to f prime of x less than 1. By looking at the graph, we can clearly see that in the interval 0 to 5, the value of f prime is always less than 1. We can say that g is decreasing in the interval 0 less than x less than 5 because g prime is less than 0 in that interval. I did not include 0 because it's one of the bounds, but if you put that on the AP exam, it probably is fine. Next is part D. For the function g defined in part C, find the absolute minimum value on the interval 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 7. Justify your answer. To find the absolute minimum, we test the critical points and the bounds of the interval. To find critical points, we set g prime of x, which equals f prime of x minus 1, equal to 0. We simplify that to f prime of x equals 1. From the graph, we see that this happens at x equals 5 and x equals 7. We also take the bound x equals 0 and plug all three of these values into a table. We know that g of x equals f of x minus x, and we can plug in values to this function. F of 0 and f of 5 are from part A, and we subtract 0 and 5 from them. F of 7 is equal to f of 4 plus an integral from 4 to 7 of f prime. To find f prime, we add up these three triangles and two blocks to get 3.5. G of 7 ends up being 3 plus 3.5 minus 7 equaling negative 0.5. We found our absolute minimum of g on the interval 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 7. FRQ number 3 was pretty simple and just tested our basic skills of FTC, derivatives, and integrals. In graph problems like these, it is important to know what function the graph is for such as f prime or f double prime. Also, rushing through FTC or finding the area under the curve too quickly could lead to unnecessary errors. Overall, I think this was the easiest problem on this AP exam. Did you think so too? Let me know in the comments. Also, make sure to like and subscribe for more related videos.